Good morning, lovelies. Happy Friday. Let's talk about Zacchaeus. Jesus, coffee. Who? Let's talk about Zacchaeus. Who is Zacchaeus? So, Zacchaeus is a Jewish man. He is a tax collector. So he was not a good man. Tax collectors like Matthew, Zacchaeus, especially Jewish tax collectors who were taking money from their own people and giving it to the Romans, which often they ended up taking more than what was due, and they would keep that portion for their salary. So not really well liked by Jews, pretty much hated. It's the easiest way to put that. But I want to go in and talk about Zacchaeus, and I want to talk about us and how we handle money. So Zacchaeus, it's a short passage actually. So Jesus entered and passed through Jericho. This is out of Luke 19. When Jesus entered and passed through Jericho, now behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, who was a chief tax collector. And he was rich. And he sought to see who Jesus was, but could not because of the crowd. Zacchaeus was a wee little man. For he was of short stature. So he ran ahead and climbed into a sycamore tree to see Jesus. And he was going to pass that way. So he knew right where, Jesus knew right where he was going to be going. He looked up and saw and said to him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down. So come down quickly. For today I must stay at your house. So he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. But when they saw it, they all complained. Of course, everybody saw and wanted to start talking. He has gone to be a guest with a man who's a sinner. Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, look, Lord, I give half of my goods to the poor. And if I have taken anything from anyone by false accusation, I restore it fourfold. And Jesus said to him, today, salvation has come to your house, because he also is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which was lost. So Zacchaeus says, hey, everything I did wrong, I'm gonna pay my way into heaven, right? No, that's not what happened here. You can't pay your way into heaven. You can't work your way into heaven. It's not what Zacchaeus did. It's not why Jesus told him, today salvation comes to your house. Good morning, Ron. That's not what happened here. What happened here is, much like the criminal on the cross, Zacchaeus had a change of heart. Zacchaeus' heart turned from evil to soft. And he said, Lord, it's not my money anyway. Zacchaeus understood at this moment that when Jesus came into his life, and Jesus coming to his town and coming into his life and into his house he physically came into his house, but the relativity of that is he came into Zacchaeus' life, into Zacchaeus' heart. Same way when we receive the Lord, when we receive Jesus as our Savior, we change from the inside out. That's what you're seeing here. You're seeing this as a change from the inside out. Zacchaeus said, look, I made mistakes, but he understood that he was a steward. What is a steward? Stewardship means it's not really ours. We're money managers. Every cent we receive through work, through whatever we do, every cent we receive, it's not ours. It's his. We're stewards. We're money managers for him. We spend it, we save it, and we share it. 3 things we should do with the money. But we need to be good stewards with our money. Because it's not ours, it's his. We're money managers, guys. So, when we save wisely, when we spend wisely, in other words, we don't spend more than we make. We don't spend as much as we make. We spend far less than we make. Then we can save money. And when we save money, we can then share that money that we've saved. We can share generously. Kind of all circles back to when I talked about Financial Peace University, Dave Ramsey. But Zacchaeus is putting this in action. He's putting this in motion. He had a change of heart and realized it's not my money, it's yours, Lord, and I'm going to give it back to those that need it. You know, I heard a powerful comment last night at church, and I had to write it down because I was like, wow. And it's such a simple principle, but when the Lord has our heart, we handle stuff differently. When money has our heart, we handle the Lord differently. It's like, wow. So true. So true. When the Lord has our heart, we handle our money differently. We handle things differently. But when money has our heart, and it's our treasure, we follow our treasure. But when money has our heart and our treasure has our heart, we handle the Lord differently. You know, it's our heart follows our treasure, and our treasure is whatever we have. So, I love you guys. I know he loves you like crazy. Here's my mermaid. We'll be back Monday with whatever Dad wants to talk about. Here's my mermaid. Whee, my mermaid. Love you guys. Have a good weekend.